Welcome Scorpio, it's your in-depth weekly forecast for week commencing the 11th of March for the Sun, the Ascendant, or if you choose the Moon. On the screen now, I'm showing your event chart for as we start this week. Now the big takeout is that energy in the sign of Pisces, which for you shares your water triplicity, and house 5 is where we can dazzle people with the strength of our personality, our enthusiasm, but also it can be where we have fun and we socialise. Now you've got Venus, the planet of relating, is joining in this sector right at the start of this week. In the wheel on the screen, you can see Venus is just coming to the end of its journey in Aquarius, but it moves into Pisces on Monday. Its journey through Aquarius is perhaps giving you the chance to make some home improvements, to beautify your abode, perhaps through some redecoration. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you've probably really enjoyed your garden and your immediate environment. But Venus moving into the 5th house is awesome. It's there through to the 4th of April. And it can suggest that there's going to be a more flirty and playful vibe coming in on top of that already very, very positive new moon, which of course linked to Uranus in your sector of relating. Uranus is a restless, sometimes provocative influence. It's just suggesting when it comes to enjoying life, maybe you do need to be open to different people and different approaches. But the other big thing that happened over the weekend was that Mercury moved on from its rather tricky conjunction with Neptune and darted into the sign of Aries, which, like you, shares a Mars rulership. And Mercury forges a very positive link to Pluto, your modern ruler, as this week begins. However, Mars, your traditional ruler, was in a very highly charged right angle with Uranus, which came into a peak on Saturday last week. And if in a close personal relationship, things have not been easy, or there's been some tensions, or what you want and what they want really isn't the same, there could have been some real clashes of will, and there is the potential for that a little bit at the start of this week. However, the good news is that as the week goes on, Venus's magic in Pisces is that it does bring the gracefulness of Venus to bear in a very positive way, and sometimes the tensions that are created can be changed just by a shift in atmosphere, and Venus can help that because of its diplomacy. But as the week goes on, the Sun then starts supplying to Neptune. In a symbolic sense, the Sun is coming to the end of its journey through the entire heavens, preparing for when we start the new astrological year on the spring equinox. So we're very close to that point. So the Sun combining with Neptune for you in house 5 is brilliant for tapping into your imagination. It is excellent if you have artistic or creative skills that you want to express. Probably isn't quite so good for sheer raw power. So you may have a little bit less energy as the week develops. But then the Sun connects in a quincunx with Neptune, and then we have a quarter moon with that position with the moon in Gemini. Now the moon in Gemini for you is house 8, so we have a 5/8 energy. If there is somebody around you who tends to be a bit jealous or a bit clinging, could be a close relationship that you're in at the present time, that may be a bit of an issue with this quarter moon, and maybe that's what Uranus is about. Part of you wants to be connected to someone, but also you're wanting your own space. That's one dynamic. It could be that you're single and you're attracted to someone but not ready to be totally committed, but the other person wants you to be more available. Then again, it could be that a relationship that you're in is just you're seeing things in very different ways, and that could be to do with children if you have them by the end of this week. So there is the potential for some complexities later in the week, but when it comes to just being really all in with where you can demonstrate your talents, your joyfulness, your enthusiasm, even your playfulness, this week has a lot to recommend it. It's just dealing with that early edgy tension between Uranus and Mars, which has affected a lot of people, I feel, as last week came to a close and this one begins. And it's just, we're being asked to just chill out a little bit, but the Sun merging with Neptune later in the week should bring a more gentle, sensitive vibe to bear to help you to do that. If you would like to ascend above this zodiac broadcast and understand more serious astrology, check out my special chart offer. You can get your forecast and your character analysis for 30% off, Syrian insights, totally unique to you. Please see the link beneath this video for more.